The highly anticipated Unrivaled Basketball League is set to commence on Friday, January 17, yet fans will be disappointed to discover that Caitlin Clark will not be participating. The 22-year-old star of the Indiana Fever had an exceptional rookie season in the WNBA, breaking several records and playing a key role in her team's first playoff appearance since 2016. In recognition of her outstanding performance, Clark received the WNBA Rookie of the Year award and was featured as Time's Athlete of 2024. Currently, there is considerable excitement surrounding basketball as the new Unrivaled League launches. Established by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, the league consists of 6 teams, each with 6 players, and operates in a 3v3 format. Although it has attracted several prominent figures from the WNBA, such as Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky and Courtney Vandersloot and Sabrina Ionescu from the New York Liberty, Clark will not be participating. Reports indicate that the league extended a $1 million offer, along with equity, for Clark to join, yet the young player ultimately declined this opportunity. The reason for her decision? As stated by the Sports Business Journal, Clark indicated that she does not require additional exposure and feels the need for a much-needed rest following a hectic season. Clark experienced an exceptionally demanding 2024, navigating through a rigorous NCAA season with the Iowa Hawkeyes before being selected by the Fever as the first overall pick in the WNBA draft in April. Merely a month later, she debuted in the WNBA, contributing continuously as an essential member of Christy Side's team until the completion of the season in September. While many fans expressed disappointment upon learning that Clark would be enjoying her off-season playing golf with Annika Sorenstam and taking a break from basketball, others recognized that the superstar deserved this respite, particularly considering the challenges she had faced. Skip Bayless, for example, took to social media to assert, "Good for Caitlin Clark not playing in this new 3-on-3 league." After all the jealousy and resentment she faced last season amidst the cheap shots and bullying attempts, she made a late-season run for MVP. She's the reason WNBA popularity surged last season. She doesn't require 3-on-3. In a related development, the president of the league, Alex Basil, provided his perspective on Clark's reluctance to accept the offer. He commented on Sarah Spain's Good Game podcast, "We had to find balance to give her time. She would rush from college to draft to pros, she was in discussions every day. There was never really a downtime, unfortunately for her. She solely desired this off-season to take a break, which we understand." Vasil also conveyed that the Unrivaled League always has a spot for the basketball superstar, should she reconsider her decision. Unrivaled Commissioner Mickey Lawler expressed the league's hope that Caitlin Clark will join the new 3-on-3 women's basketball competition when or if she feels prepared. The likes of Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and Sabrina Ionescu will participate in the inaugural season of Unrivaled, an initiative co-founded by Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, players Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, which asserts that it offers the highest average salaries in the annals of professional women's team sports. Contrarily, Clark declined a reported $1 million offer to compete in the first edition of the 8-week tournament, subsequently disclosing in an interview with Time that this year is just not the best for me to engage with the league. The Indiana Fever athlete also stressed that she didn't rule out doing it in the future, and Lawler has subsequently informed Sports Pro that Clark would be welcomed into the league whenever she deems it appropriate. "The door is always open, of course," remarked Lawler, who joined Unrivaled in June after nearly a decade as president of the Women's Tennis Association, WTA. "This is not constructed for one player, and the sport is not centered around one individual, and I believe Caitlin would be the first to affirm that. There is an abundance of opportunities in women's basketball, and that is what we have focused on. Do we hope that Caitlin will participate when or if she feels prepared? Yes, certainly. However, we boast a plethora of exceptionally talented players. Every single athlete in Unrivaled is uniquely skilled and captivating in her own right. Thus, we firmly believe that our league is a highly compelling sports entity." Although Clark has only completed one season in the WNBA, her entry into the league during the previous season coincided with remarkable increases in viewership, attendance, and fan engagement in 2024. At just 22 years of age, she is part of what has been characterized as a generational draft class, which also featured Reese. Clark's Fever were engaged in the most viewed matches of the season, and her jersey was the top-selling item in the league following the first half of last year. Nonetheless, Clark's absence does not seem to have significantly affected the commercial viability of Unrivaled, which is already tapping into the increasing interest in women's basketball and the growing popularity of the sport's leading athletes. To date, the league has raised $35 million in investments, secured a domestic broadcasting agreement with TNT valued at an estimated $100 million, and established a portfolio of 13 sponsors, including Under Armour, Samsung, and Ally Financial, alongside newly announced partners Morgan Stanley and Wayfair. Lawler stated that Unrivaled has exceeded its financial expectations in advance of the inaugural season, set to commence in Miami on 17 January. With the Indy Ignite one set away from a flawless start to their inaugural season Thursday night, the chant, which originated as a mere spark, rapidly spread throughout the upper deck of the Fishers Event Center. A phrase embraced by supporters following the team's home opening triumph this past Saturday, the Ignite expressed their gratitude to the 4,035 spectators with a spirited third-set victory to achieve the sweep against the Grand Rapids Rise. The Ignite, 2-0, rebounded from an early 2-0 deficit. From a statistical perspective, the Ignite continued to showcase impressive performance. Crawford's 2 aces, combined with outside hitter Lecketer member Mena's 2 aces, 11 digs, and a team-high 17 kills, contributed to the Ignite's total of 66 points. Middleback Azani Teeler's 10 kills, alongside rookie Nina Kajic's 16 kills and 2 aces for a total of 19 points, were pivotal. Former Yorktown High School standout Kyle Moore recorded a team-leading 12 digs in the role of starting libero, while setter Sydney Hilly notched 44 assists. This is the essence of volleyball. You cannot predict the ball's trajectory, and Sid is performing exceptionally in distributing it. When Lex is receiving significant attention, it becomes effortless to redirect it to Caroline or myself. That is what truly enhances the game's enjoyment. It becomes straightforward when they execute their roles effectively, expressed Teeler. Not to resort to cliches, but we possess a fighting spirit. We are prepared to contend whenever necessary, and we refuse to be taken lightly. The Ignite are not being overlooked, as evidenced by the diverse midweek crowd consisting of individuals ranging from adults to elementary school children. Following the victory, an autograph session was hosted in the concourse, where hundreds of fans queued as Murr and other Ignite players signed t-shirts, volleyballs, and photographs until each person departed with a cherished memento. Member Mena ran from the court through the concourse and passed the line on her way to the post-game press conference but paused as a group of fans beckoned her. Erica Mims and April Harris from Indianapolis attended the game with their teenage daughters. They identified member Mena amidst the large crowd, prompting their daughters, who are both participants in Munciana Indy, to call her over. "Yes, we noticed her," and she responded, "Sure," stated Erica Mims. "Our daughters are volleyball players and are avid supporters. She performs exceptionally well. They were thrilled to encounter her, and we are her most ardent fans. She is extremely amiable and approachable. It's fantastic. It truly enhanced their day." Member Mena echoed this sentiment. Winning remains the primary objective for her and the Ignite, who are currently tied for first place with the reigning Pro Volleyball Federation champions, the Omaha Supernovas. However, the genuine triumphs lie in instances like these. I truly appreciate them. I sincerely do. Volleyball would not exist in the same way without our supporters. It is widely acknowledged that it is a game heavily influenced by momentum, and having individuals cheering and supporting you is pivotal. You are competing for something beyond personal achievement, member Mena expressed. I'm genuinely impressed by the turnout Indiana has brought to our venue at the Fishers Event Center, even on a Thursday evening. The audience continues to show support. The venue is filled, the atmosphere is vibrant, and they inspire all of us to elevate our performance for them. It feels like they are not merely fans, they are our friends. The Ignite are evolving into local heroes, akin to the Fever and Clark, with Indiana natives such as Murr and Carmel's Carly Scott enhancing this appeal. The roster also includes former Purdue Boilermakers Blake Moeller and Grace Wade, further strengthening the connection. Additionally, former high school standout Raven Colvin, who did not compete on Thursday, is part of the Grand Rapids roster, which both Harris and Mims recognized. With PVF players granted one-year contract flexibility throughout the initial 2 seasons of the league, many athletes have been able to play for teams in proximity to their hometowns through free agency. I considered myself fortunate. I long to return home. Last year, I played in San Diego and I informed Grand Rapids coach Kathy George at the beginning of this season that I wish to come back, and I believe this trend is prevalent, remarked Rise outside hitter Ali Bastianelli, a native of Marysville, Michigan. You can see that Omaha has acquired several players from Nebraska. Indy has attracted a few athletes from this region. It is evident that players are able to return home and compete for their local teams, which is remarkable for the league's success. The Ignite represent one of the 8 teams in the PVF and are the sole expansion team slated for 2025, with a mission focused on achieving victory, empowering women, and serving their local community. They accomplished their objective just 2 games into the season. It motivates girls significantly, and they also have aspirations because they desire to play at the collegiate level, so having a professional team is remarkable. We have basketball and other sports such as football, but volleyball is not as commonly seen, Mims stated. Now, they possess a professional team and something to strive towards, which will propel them in the sport they are passionate about. If this trend persists, the Ignite may attain recognition akin to that of Clark. It was quite impressive, Taylor commented regarding Clark's presence. She has likely been one of the most recognized individuals globally in the past year, so we are pleased she attended. She is always welcome to return, of course. Women supporting women in women's sports is exceedingly important, member Mena expressed. For an extended period, women have frequently been marginalized, but we are witnessing progress as the recent years have unfolded, and now volleyball has entered the arena. The trajectory will only improve from this point forward.